I'm not a citizen by law, and my consent is necessary for you to prove me wrong. I'll keep my windows closed so you can't smell my dope. Hey, what the hell, man? My window you just broke. Wait, am I being detained? Am I being detained? This is pure assault. Please leave me alone. Being detained. Yes, you're being detained, you nosy little brat. You think you're getting away for saying things like that. You don't know what is right from wrong. In jail you belong. And by the way, your logic makes no sense. So damn right you're being detained. Damn right you're being detained. In a court of law, this will be your fault. Being detained.
I don't consent to anything. I don't know what this guy's doing. No.
You're gonna assault him?
Are you assaulting me? Are you assaulting me?
You're assaulting him!
Help! 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 Call the police! Call the...
One, two, three, four. Detained. You're being detained. You're being detained. You're being detained.
Hi everyone, how are you all doing on this, what is today, Wednesday? On this Wednesday. It's real good that I can keep track of weeks so well. Let me get that playing. 1 second. Boop. Turn it down. Sorry for the long intro. Trying to make sure I had a good source of videos and all that. Can you guys hear that? Let me turn mine up a little. My sound's a little off. Let's see what I missed. Wagroads13, thanks for 20 months. JodyGirl78, thanks for 12 months. Happy anniversary. Says 1 year already. I don't know how I got here, but I'm glad I came. I'm here to stay. Good, I'm glad. And that catches us up. Cool. So yeah, today we're doing Sovereign Citizens. We're just gonna hang out and watch them break the law, basically. We have some videos of them from their own channels where they think that they have one-upped the police. Usually they do not. Sometimes the police are absolute idiots. Surprise. But a lot of the time, no. Doesn't work out for them. Also some instructional videos. Where did I get my shirt? This I think I got from tfury.com. They're not a sponsor or anything. Although that would probably be a good sponsorship, and then I could wear cool t-shirts that they could send me. T-Fury, sponsor me. But yeah, let's just get right to it, I guess. I don't have a lot to say. I'm obviously going to talk today, but I do have, right now, I have some canker sores in my mouth. I know it's not the most pleasant thing. Basically, the other day I was brushing my teeth and my hand slipped and I must have, like, gotten a hole in my gum somewhere. And now I'm dealing with, like, a sore. And unfortunately, I like my job, but in this situation, it's unfortunate. Unfortunately, in this job, I talk a lot. I talk for, like, 3 hours straight, so it exacerbates it. So it hurts. It hurts a decent bit. So today, if I need to take a break from talking, I might put on a video and just, like, we'll just watch it together while I let it rest for a little bit. But yeah, just letting everyone know what's going on with that. Otherwise, everything should be normal. So, Honest Noir says, I got another gift sub when I wasn't looking, apparently. You sure did. People in our community are very generous. Let's see. How about this one? Want you to bring up the Oragel? Sure, thank you. I think it's in the bathroom, on the sink. And that catches us up.
Hello.
Hey,
Do you have a driver's license, please? Insurance and registration.
I sure do.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you pulled me over?
Yes, there is. You ready?
Am I allowed to show you guys my canker sores? On stream? Is that disgusting? Is that TOS? Because I'll show you.
A red light when you were at university.
Okay.
And, rule.
Baja said, please don't do it.
And then you made an improper turn right here. When you cut the car off, that was the lane number L2. Do you have a driver's license, please?
I do, but it's in here. You're not going to be scared if I reach it, are you?
Do you have any weapons?
Well, I don't answer any questions, but you can clearly see inside of my vehicle. I have camera equipment. I'm a TV producer.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license, please?
I do.
Could you grab it for me, please?
But I did a U-turn where the road was closed. I just want you to notice that.
All right. Could you give me your driver's license, please?
I can, but I got to reach in here, and I don't want you to be scared.
Just give me your driver's license.
This is the Mullen Commission. I teach constitutional law.
Okay.
Just so you understand what you're doing here.
All right.
Be really careful your steps here.
Give me your driver's license, please.
You can't.
That's not a great move. Listen, I agree that cops go way over the line and abuse their power a lot, and it's not good. CBC Mad, thanks for 9 months. This stream baby's name is going to be... Hold on, I'm gonna Kaiser Soze this. This stream baby's name is Cat... Jam. Cat Jam. That's the name of this kid. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I understand, and it's good to know your constitutional rights and be able to exercise them, although based on the fact that he's on Sovereign Citizen Watch today, you can bet this guy thinks that his rights are very different than they are in actuality. Either way, not a great idea to antagonize the police. Even if you were like, just so you know, I know my constitutional rights, you might not be wrong. But cops are kind of like a strange dog, right? I might not necessarily assume every dog's going to attack me, but I'm certainly not going to fuck with dogs I don't know either, because enough of them do bite. You know what I mean? The point I'm saying is get through the arrest or get through the ticket, and then if you need to deal with something that they did procedurally or constitutionally wrong, then you deal with that later with a lawyer. You don't deal with it at the stop. Not a good call.
You can't say I ran a red light when the
Nick with 45-bit says, doggos can be cute, cops not so much. True.
road was closed and I didn't see the road
Unless it's RoboCop. RoboCop is the only good cop.
was closed. I took a right and there was nowhere to go.
Starling CJ, thanks for 10 months, says, sending Ollie a virtual pet. Such a cutie. I know he is. He's still down here.
Please give me your driver's license, your insurance, and your registration.
You don't have to be demanding. You can clearly see I'm pulling out my identification for you right here. There's no reason for you to be rude to me. Remember, 300,000 people follow me teaching constitutional law. So
Okay.
while you're armed and dangerous, I'm not. And you can't lose your temper because I'm a citizen and you're doing your job.
I'm just asking for your identification.
Right, but you're being aggressive towards me and I don't like it. So you need to stop. You have 8 minutes to conclude your stop.
All right.
If you mess up one step of the way, I'll get your jacket. And you know what I'm talking about when I say your jacket.
You need to identify yourself.
I clearly am showing you my identification
Can I
right
have it,
here.
please?
I'll take the tape off and I'll give it to you. And you guys have just become tyrants. Like, I'm not usually this close to someone who's just so dangerous that carries a gun around pulling people over, demanding things. It's like, it's absolutely ridiculous the way you guys behave.
Cop is impatient. The cop is impatient because it's a traffic stop and you're being a weirdo. Bittergrin with 250 bits says, dropping some bits now because I have to go soon. Got tickets to see the MST3K tour tonight. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you have a fun time. I love Mystery Science Theater 3000. Have a good time. Nick with 45 bits says, didn't he cut someone off and he's whining about the cops being aggressive? They tend to do that. It's always about them, not him. And again, what he's saying about cops isn't necessarily factually wrong. It's just not particularly relevant to the situation he's in currently. Bumble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub. And we are at level 1 of the hype train. I think we actually just got over it. Zarek Shadow with 45 bit says, canker sores nearly ruined my Christmas. I had a cluster just before where my mouth ends and my throat begins. Plus a few on the tongue. Couldn't talk in the lead up to Christmas, but was okay the day of Christmas, thankfully. Christmas miracle. And Adria Staley, thanks for 13 months, says, yay, over a year subbed. Well, thank you very much.
And you wonder why people don't like you. I mean, look how you're behaving. You didn't see the road was closed back there?
I'm just asking for your
But
identification.
you didn't see the road was closed. It was plain as day the road was closed. You didn't see that?
I need your driver's license, your insurance, registration, please.
Listen, you can be short all you want, but I don't exactly drive around with my identification
MW1642, thanks for 100 bits. I don't know why I paused for that, sorry.
showing for people to see it. You follow what I'm saying to you? You want to cover it up so you stay protected from identity theft.
I think I swallowed some of that Oragel.
I mean, what in the world would make you pull me over? You can clearly see that the road was closed and I had nowhere to go.
Sir, I've already told you why I pulled you over.
Yeah, but you just making an excuse to pull me over to see if I'm drinking or to see if I've done something wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are cops that do that, but no, I'm pretty sure based on the fact, and again, I'm biased because I don't like sovereign citizens, mostly because I've seen a lot of them. I've watched a ton of sovereign citizen videos, and I'm selecting videos that get posted to YouTube, so bear in mind, there are probably plenty of sovereign citizens who are simply wrong without necessarily being bad. But in my experience, a lot of them use it as an excuse in order to break the law with impunity, not get driver's licenses, speed, not get insurance, things that actually do hurt other people. If you can't prove to the state that you're a competent driver, you probably shouldn't be on the road. If you're not insured, then if you get in an accident, you're hurting someone else financially, not to mention, of course, in the physical damage area, but no, you're probably the asshole here. Starry Beauty, thanks for 200 bits, says Hype Train. Sky Comet Fallen, I'm sorry I missed your bits. I'm spacey today, apparently. Sky Comet Fallen says, is he a meme of white privilege? Most white sovereign citizens are. 68% to level 2.
To look in my car. I mean, the truth is there's all the information you need right there. That's my driver's license, that's my insurance. I mean, for me, it's contact, because I just produce this stuff all the time.
Do you have your registration card?
Yeah, this is a brand new car, so the registration is still in a giant form right here. I just bought the car, so I just got it. I don't know which one it is here. Oh, you know what? It's over here.
Wait, how old is this guy and he doesn't know what a registration looks like? I know what a registration looks like, and I'm only 27. What? Meek says, if I were I guess in fairness, I get my registration updated every year. He probably doesn't, so maybe he doesn't know what it looks like. I guess I hadn't considered that. Meek says, if I were a cop and I met a sovereign citizen, I'd just tell them they have a minute to comply before I have to arrest them. Cut through the BS. Yeah. Catherine CD says, I'm generally not part of the just comply crowd, but this is a time to just show your ID and get the thing over with. Yeah. They always blow everything up. They use cops' misconduct as an excuse to be assholes. It's terrible, because it undercuts the actual real-world issue. I'm going to turn the cat cam off for now, since Ollie's not here. It undercuts the actual real-world issue of cop, you know, negligence, cop malfeasance, whatever. Because then you see these assholes being like, well, cops do bad things sometimes. Yeah, they do, and that's a systemic issue. I don't disagree. That has nothing to do with the situation where you sped, or didn't have a driver's license, or didn't have a license plate or whatever and got pulled over. It's a complete non sequitur. Astrofox says, I produce this kind of content all the time. How often do you get pulled over? Probably a lot. 76% to level 2 with 30 seconds left. Someone save the hype train.
It's the sticker.
It's the piece of paper that comes.
Yeah, it's the piece of paper that comes in the window.
Deadman X RPM X with 250 bits gets us to 90%. Damn, so close. 90% to level 2. Thanks, everyone.
I mean, I can't believe you even pulled me over, to be honest. You could clearly see that road was closed. You didn't see the road was closed?
I saw, but I also saw that you were stopped at a red light, and you turned left at a red light, and then I also saw right here, you turned left from lane number L1 and straight into lane number 2 and cut off the other vehicle that was.
I didn't cut off any vehicles, officer. Don't make things up. I got a camera in here, so don't say things that aren't true. I didn't cut off anybody. I didn't
keep looking for your registration.
I didn't drive recklessly.
I keep looking for your registration. I keep looking for your registration.
Or anything else.
Someone says, I started watching TNG after you suggested it the other day. I was into it on episode 1. Oh, good. I'm glad. That's interesting, because actually season 1 is there are so many bad episodes in season 1, I'm not going to lie to you. An Encounter at Farpoint is kind of rough. So if you like season 1, episode 1 already, you're going to love once it actually starts getting really good. Also, Q's great, so... People who watch Star Trek, can we agree that Trelane, Star Trek. Can we agree that Trelane is a Q? I know it's not canon that Trelane is a Q, but like, Trelane absolutely should be a Q, right? Just saying. Stromboli for Wi-Fi says, thanks for paraphrasing Red Letter Media, Hannah. Deep Space Nine for life. Retro, I always assume Trelane's a Q. And the real, like at the end of that episode, they smash a mirror and there's like a hologram projector behind it and they say like, see, it was all technology all along. I choose to believe that that is also Q fucking with them because it's funner if he's a Q. H. Baird says, Q is great. Hannah confirmed as an Anon.
Let me see if it's a... Let me just take a look and see.
Oh, Q played the
It's on
Center
the
of
other side.
Stargate?
Let me
That's
get my
cool.
registration.
On the passenger side?
I can get it. I don't need
Okay.
you. I don't
I'll walk with you.
I don't need your help. You can. I'm not a criminal, so get the fuck off of me.
Guy looks a little bit like Destiny if he was a cop. Garrow the Khajiit says, I think him being a Q was in one of the Peter David novels, actually. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I think most people enjoy that headcanon because it's fun, and it's nice when you can make connections between the original series and TNG.
Brother,
I'm gonna have you wait in your
no,
car.
I'm
okay?
gonna grab my registration like you asked me to
No,
do.
sir, I'm gonna have you wait in your car.
You're
while
not
you do that,
giving me a
okay?
lawful order. I teach constitutional law. Be very careful what you do.
Okay, this is
Be
this
very
is for,
careful.
This
I'm
is
going.
For,
You're
this
not
is for this
officer
is for,
safety.
This is for
Under
my
Terry
safety.
versus Ohio. I'm Pennsylvania versus Mims right now. I'm outside of my car. The 1978 holding. Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm allowed to go over and get my registration as he asked me to do. Stop demanding. Look what he's doing. He's demanding me around.
Yes.
This is not a
I'm
lawful
ordering you-
order.
I'm directing you back into your vehicle.
No, because I said don't tell me what to do.
Directing you back into your vehicle.
No, because I said don't tell me what to do. You don't understand.
I do
If you make
understand.
one mistake here, I will go after you.
Okay.
So now let me get my registration as he asked me to do.
I'm gonna have you wait in your vehicle.
The fact that this guy even got out of his car, if he wasn't a white guy, he'd already be on the fucking pavement bleeding. I cannot believe this guy got out of his car and the cops are just like, sir, get back in your car.
I need to go around the other side to get my registration.
Okay. When I'm ready
He's
to
already
have-
looked at you. Don't
when-
you don't tell, you're not the boss of me. You're a cop doing a job.
Yes,
You have
and this-
no other
and this
skills
is-
than this.
this is my
This
traffic
is the
stop.
only. This is not your traffic stop.
This
This is
is-
my freedom.
This is my
This
traffic
is the
stop.
only. This is not your traffic stop.
This
This is
is-
my freedom. Stop.
this
This is
is-
my freedom.
So I'm gonna
I'm
have
going.
you-
He asked me to get the
Sir,
registration. I'm getting it. No.
I'm asking you to wait
no.
in your car.
No. The answer is no. The answer is no. You cannot demand that I do unlawful orders. I teach.
Stromboli says, I'm sorry, Hannah, my account was hacked and my messages were not KY owned tonight, or my own. I mean to say Voyager for life, Janeway is the only way. Kara the Khajiit says, Voyager is Baja's favorite Star Trek, just for the record. Gara the Khajiit says, ACAB, but SC getting tased is one of my joys in life. It's like when Godzilla fights other monsters, right? Sometimes you root for Godzilla, right?
Constitutional law.
Cops treat white people like 4-year-olds. I thought you said Voyager was your favorite. Maybe it was Voyager's your second favorite after TNG. I don't remember. I know you like Voyager, though, because you watched it when you were growing up a lot. Jubilee Helix says, cops treat white people like 4-year-olds. That's the truest statement I've ever heard.
Be very careful, officer.
Okay.
You don't think that it'll affect you, but by about the second year, when I get into your jacket and you get a complaint on your jacket, and then you get demoted from overtime, and then that
Don't
affect your
get
pension.
Get your hand out of my face.
My hand.
CBC says, take a shot when he tells you what he teaches. If you want to die, that's a good call.
Hand's not in your face. I'm having
And
I'm
guess
having a
what?
discussion like a
And
regular.
again,
Now you're
that's-
touching me. Get your
No,
fucking
you-
hands
you
off
moved
me.
into me. I was standing right here.
Look, who's walking up and doing what to who?
I'm not moving at all, sir.
I have
You're the one
300,000
that's moving.
followers, brother. They're
You're the
gonna
one that got out
love
of the
this.
car.
I have
You're the one
300,000
that's moving.
followers, brother. They're
You're the
gonna
one that got out
love
of the
this.
car.
I'm trying to get my registration.
Why is he randomly editing this to repeat things he says? It's so obnoxious. It doesn't happen super often, so it's still taking me by surprise every time it happens. But it's there often enough that it's like, why is he doing this? It's not even for emphasis on things that matter.
Registration as he asked me to do. I'm not a danger to anybody. I've already showed him the
Yes,
inside of
sir.
my car.
Nobody has asked you to exit the vehicle.
Okay, I'm
on
getting the
vehicle stop.
registration. Why are you in my face? I don't understand this. I'm gonna. You want to follow?
Because he needs to be there, because you're being really, really weird. Like, if I were a cop, which would be a horrifying, disgusting mirror universe, if I were a cop, even I'd be like, dude, please get in the car. Like, I'm not trying to do anything to you, but, like, this is fucking weird. I'm afraid you're mentally unstable. Just please sit down. We're just trying to give you a ticket or find out what you're doing. Nick says, do you know who I am? It makes me cringe every time anyone is like, I have a YouTube channel. Who the fuck cares? It's YouTube. Call me when you have a Netflix show. Jesus Christ.
Follow me. He wants the registration. I want to get it for him.
The glasses guy is the one who edits this. I thought they were there to make fun of him. No, today we're looking at Sovereign Citizens who, at least I think this one, yeah. This one was uploaded by the guy that's in the video. Yeah.
I want you to keep waiting right here in your driver's seat.
He thinks thinks he's nailing it. He uploaded this. He's like, yes, this is in fact a great representation of me and my beliefs.
Listen, see, this is the problem with police in America. This guy right here is an authoritarian piece of shit. This guy right here, he's trying to demand me around. What he doesn't understand is he doesn't have dominion over me. I'm not under arrest. And since I'm clearly going to identify I don't have any weapons, now he can't Terry stop me. Do you see the difference? If he didn't know I didn't have weapons, then he could handcuff me. But because now if he does handcuff me, he's working outside of the color of law. And that's U.S. Code 18, Section 242. You can't let tyrants like this push you around. He literally was physically touching me, when if he didn't have that badge and gun, he would never do that to me. Ever. Because he knows better. He knows what would happen. Don't you? Without...
The cop is just like, is this really happening right now? Holy shit, the paperwork on this one's gonna be ridiculous. Logarth says, Mirror Universe, Hannah, do you get the giant spiky rainbow lame shoulder pads and eye patch? I'm gonna go with goatee. Even if I'm still out as trans, I will have a goatee in the Mirror Universe. Goatee and eye patch.
Without that badge and gun, we both know what would happen. You're the beta male. I'm the alpha male.
Okay, I gotta hear that one again.
Without that badge and gun, we both know what would happen. You're the beta male. I'm the alpha male. And you know that. And
This guy unironically called a cop a beta male.
and you're scared. And you know you are. That's why you have your hand on your gun. Because you're scared. Look. He's scared, as he should be, because
Oh, don't tell the cop, oh, he's scared as he should be. What?
a real man, face me man.
This cop has Jim from The Office level spike the lens skills. I feel that. It's like he's looking into the fourth wall. It's like he knew I was gonna watch this video and go like, are you seeing this? I am seeing it, random cop. I am seeing it.
To me. Now,
Listen here, Sergeant Soy Boy.
without the badge and gun, you see, he put his hands on me and physically touched me because he's working inside of the color of law. Now, if he puts me in handcuffs after I showed him that I don't have a weapon,
He's gonna call in Captain Sigma, okay? Their captain is a major Sigma male, and he just doesn't give a shit. He's gonna come in here with his grind set and shoot this guy in the head. Bloodwine Tabletop RPG, thanks for 50 bits.
that's an illegal detainment, which means I could sue his ass personally. He no longer has qualified immunity. But see, he's a Neanderthal. He doesn't have any other skill sets. The only skill set he has is to be an authoritarian. Like, he doesn't want me to go over and get my registration, not because they don't need the registration, because he wants to dominate me and control me.
Ooh woo.
But you see, he's actually a cow.
Sky Comet Fallen says, dude, they're scared because they think you're unwell and about to axe murder them. Bloodwine says, meant to send a message, my bad. All cops are bastards. This one's a poor bastard.
Coward. You can see it on his face. He's terrified. Because if he didn't have the badge and gun, he knows he would have no chance against a man like me. He knows that. He knows it.
The cop has a gun. I think he could probably take you, okay? What? You look like Neil Patrick Harris if he didn't do anything after Doogie Howser. Puka the Duka, thanks for 13 months.
That's why he's dressed up.
80 Blues says, submissive, breedable, and traveling. Now I'm just imagining some kind of like ooh-woo furry sovereign citizen driving around in cat ears. Is there a problem, officer? I'm traveling. Ooh-woo. This stream has broken me. I am fundamentally unwell.
Like a coward.
Logarth says, please no, we have them and we've been doing our best to excise them.
That's why he's the way he is. You see?
Officer, what about my right to travel? Oh, whoa, what's this? Is that a gun in your belt or are you just happy to see me? Oh, whoa.
He doesn't have any real power. The only power he has is using the color of law. He physically put his hand on me a second ago. Would you put your hand on me physically if you didn't have the badge and gun on? Would you still try to accost me physically? Or do you know how that would go?
Do you know what a cost is?
A cost? I know exactly what a cost is. I teach constitutional law. Let me just give you a lesson here. I'm actually going to educate this young man. I'm going to show him a couple things.
Okay, in exchange, no, that's mean. Not gonna say that. Sky Comet Fallen says, I'd prefer a sexy officer cat boy. Whatever you want. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Hydrate.
So this is the Mullen Commission on Policing. I'm sure you know absolutely nothing about it. It's the 94 Mullen Commission that shows the police are absolute trash. That's you. You signed up to do this because you're a garbage man. You don't have any other
Telling a cop to his face, you're trash. You're garbage.
skills other than this right here. Sad. Pathetic.
Wait, I gotta play this clip.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Picture Bob. The kitties are sitting next to each other on the couch. Garbage day! Where did that go? There we go.
So I'm going to pull out my poster here to show him exactly what he's talking about, because
It is a Christmas movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, much of which is comprised of reused clips from Silent Night, Deadly Night 1.
he has no idea what he's doing.
What's the context? He's going around just shooting people. It's a whole thing.
That's okay, though. I'll educate him. I have no problem doing it. See, you can't run around putting your hands on people. You don't have a right to put your hands on me. I'm not armed and dangerous. I'm not a felon. I don't have a criminal record.
I'm not armed and dangerous, despite the fact that I verbally threatened you multiple times a few minutes ago.
You see what I'm saying? This is the poster of which I teach on right here. So right here. So just so you guys can see, I'm showing the coward. There's the 1977 holdings of Pennsylvania versus Mims. That's an extension of Terry versus Ohio. Now see, what the coward here is trying to do is he wants to Terry stop me and put his hands on me. But what he doesn't understand is that Pennsylvania versus Mims has a very explicit statute. The officer has to believe that I'm armed and dangerous before he can jerk me out of my car or detain me with handcuffs. So show me what my camera gear in my backpack here. What would make you assume that I'm armed and dangerous? And why are you up on me, right? It's like, this is the way American police treat American citizens. It's completely uncalled for. And they pulled me over because there was a road down there that...
They pulled you over, according to them, and again, I don't inherently trust the cops. I would need to see the video. Luckily, this guy has not only a dash cam, but he says he has a camera on the back of his car, which is great. I've thought about getting one. I've heard they're really, really handy. They're great for insurance purposes, all that stuff. I think some insurances will even lower your car insurance rates if you get a dash cam and have it on all the time. You'd have to look into your personal insurance situation to know that. But that's good. I'd have to see the video to know. But at least according to them, it's because you took a left at a light, a red light, which you're only allowed to do if it's a one-way in certain states. For instance, I live in Michigan. To my knowledge, in Michigan, it is legal to take a left turn at a red light if it's a one-way street you're turning onto, and it's, of course, going left. But that's not true for every state. I don't know what state this is. So I don't know what exactly happened, but if that's what happened, then you broke the law, and they had the right to pull you over. At minimum, to give you a warning. Stop breaking the law, asshole. Insert liar, liar clip here.
That was.
Your citation, you have to take it by the.
What's my citation
17th
for?
of January for red light violation, improper turn. The back of the
You
citation.
couldn't see the road was closed back there?
Sir.
Oh, go to hell, dude. You guys are both authoritative. Oh, can I walk over here now? Are you still scared, Copper? Are you still scared?
Oh, we're done with our stop.
Are you
You're good
still
to go.
scared? Are
You're
you
good to
still
go.
scared?
Have a good night.
Yeah, coward. See you next time, coward. Which, by the way, I need your business card, officer. I need his business card. Can I get your card, please? I need your business card, officer.
Are the cops literally just leaving him because he's so obnoxious? Oh my god, I've never seen this happen before. I've never seen a sovereign citizen be so fucking obnoxious that the cops just left because they don't want to deal with it. Garrett the Khajiit says, I'm super conflicted here. On the one hand, ACAB, but on the other, this guy's smugness makes me want to see him get tased. And Baja says he also turned into the wrong lane, went from right hand to left turn lane to a left hand lane as he turned. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. It's because he's white. I don't disagree. I would agree with you. I think this interaction probably would have gone very differently if he wasn't a white guy.
I need your business card, officer. Can I get your business? I need your card, and I need. So now I'm asking him to identify. And now you're not going to identify yourself? Fucking coward.
I don't think someone's inherently a chud for saying they disagree with ACAB. Nick with 45 bits says, just noticed he was banned at 500k subs at the top. 300k, I thought it said. He's from Arizona. Okay. So he has 10,000 subscribers on this new channel after his last channel got removed. I'm gonna go ahead and save him in my Sovereign Citizen folder. Interesting guy. Sovereign Citizen somewhere in here. There we go. Oh, we asked this guy, is he a citizen?
Are you a citizen?
You a citizen?
Am I in the United States of America?
Yes. Are you a citizen?
Are you a citizen? You have no right to stop me. I'm in the United States of America. You have no right to stop my car right now. What the hell is going on here?
It's an immigration inspection, sir.
But this is America, Jack. I'm a constitutionalist. I teach the law.
Yes, sir. According to the...
This is the United States of America.
Yeah, sir.
What the
authority
hell
for
is
checkpoints.
this?
U.S. First Martinez Huerte. We have the right to stop.
According to what? Say it again for me, sir.
U.S. First Martinez Huerte.
U.S. versus... What year is that case?
1976, sir.
I teach constitutional law. U.S.
Okay, do you know that one? Again, like, I don't necessarily disagree in spirit with this guy, like, but in fact, in law, no, the Supreme Court has ruled on this shit, and things that appear unconstitutional, the Supreme Court's kind of the final word on that. So, yeah, if they say it's constitutional, de facto it is. Just de facto. It is. I guess de jure, because they're a court, but you know what I mean. Even if you say and think philosophically in spirit something is unconstitutional, practically speaking, if the Supreme Court disagrees with you, they're the one that wins, because they're the Supreme Court.
versus Martinez
Martinez Huerte.
Suerte. Okay, got it.
Huerte.
Okay. Well, I'm not answering any questions, brother. I don't answer any questions. I have that right. It's my Fifth Amendment right. Did you know that?
Your Fifth Amendment right says you don't have to incriminate yourself. It doesn't mean you don't have to ever answer any questions at any context to a government authority. In a traffic stop, you still need to give information, and at stops like this, which is different than a traffic stop, but still a lot of the same stuff applies. You need to give them, like, your name, your license if you have it, identification, whatever. Yeah, you can post a GoFundMe link. Go for it.
Sir.
Did you know that? Did you know it's my Fifth Amendment right to answer any questions? Did you know that?
Have a good day, sir.
No, you have a good day. You shouldn't be doing this. You should quit this job.
All right. Have a good one.
I mean, you literally are tyrants. Looking through my car right now? What the hell's the matter with you?
Have a good day, sir.
No, you don't have a good day. This is bullshit. You shouldn't be doing this. You do this at the border. This checkpoint should be at the border. I would respect that because I respect the borders of America.
Have a good day, sir.
You
That's interesting. Arbitrarily, he's decided that he respects the borders of the United States, but he does not respect the government and their decisions. Interesting. He doesn't agree with the Supreme Court on rulings as to the constitutionality of these checkpoints, but he does agree that the U.S. government has the right to put up, like, walls and shit and do border checkpoints. Interesting. Seems arbitrary. Isaac Inanimate, thanks for 7 months.
have a good day, buddy. There's nobody behind. Don't put your light in my face. I got a flashlight field on this, by the way.
Have a good day.
Your light.
Does he just not post the cops that escalate stuff? Probably. I imagine this guy probably gets a lot of tickets and stuff like that. He just posts the ones where they get so frustrated they leave him alone. Princess Amelia says, have a good day. No, you have a good day is the best reflexively angry response I've ever heard.
Can't blind my camera.
Have a good day, sir.
Eat it, dude, bro. Get your light out of my. Dude, are you sure I'm a constitutional?
Sir,
are you
please
sure?
leave.
Are you sure? No, you eat a dick. You don't tell you. I'm free. If I'm free.
I wish more sovereign citizens would just be like, you eat a dick. Eat a dick. Have a good day, sir. You eat a dick.
This day I'm free to go.
Sir, you're blocking this lane.
There's nobody
Please leave.
coming. You blocked the lane with this
Please
bullshit
leave.
checkpoint. Eat a dick, dude. Don't tell me what to do.
Please leave, sir.
I don't think it's a fight you want to pick, brother. It's my thousands of people watch you right now, bro. You have no idea who I am.
Have a good day, sir.
Not thousands. This has 1,600 views. So 1,000 people right now watching you.
No, you have a bad day. Don't talk to me that way. You don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me.
Have a day.
This is literally the mentality of like a 4-year-old in this context. You can't tell me what to do. He literally can. He cited you the case that tells you why he can. You're just such a pain in the ass, and you're clearly not a threat in any way that they're just gonna let you go. It's not gonna work all the time, but clearly it's nighttime. They probably don't want to deal with this shit. They want to hang out and talk about dumb shit and just be bored while they get paid to hang out and do this checkpoint. You're not worth their time.
Fuck you. Make it clear. Go fuck yourself.
Have a good day, sir.
Stop him. He can stop ordering me around. You're not the boss of me, prick. Don't you ever talk. Dude, there's a flashlight field on this thing. Your light can't blind my camera, you dipshit.
Have a good day,
You
sir.
fucking.
He says as the light blinds his camera. I can't see the cop or whatever his name is, or face, sorry, whatever his face. Fucking why is my brain not firing right today? Overthought says, let me go. Oh, I can go eat a dick. I'm not leaving. Is there a personality disorder that has to do with just being, like, pathologically contrarian? Like some sort of, like, obstinate personality disorder? I don't know what it would be, but I feel like a lot of people in America have undiagnosed personality disorders. Oppositional defiance? Well, there you go.
Moron. Fuck you. You
It probably would explain a lot of anti-vaxxers.
tyrant.
There's a vehicle, sir. Have a
Yeah,
good day.
I don't. Okay, now I'll go because there's traffic behind me, and
Have a good day, sir.
you fucking tyrant set up a roadblock here.
Have a good one.
Have a
No,
good
dude,
day.
quit this job. You're a fucking tyrant.
Have a good one, sir.
Have a good day, sir.
Fuck you, you fucking loser. Fuck you.
Joy.
Fuck you.
Oh, this is gold. Guys, by the way, people have been asking about Marcel Bisset, another sovereign citizen that we cover pretty commonly on this show. Haven't heard from him. I really think he might have been, because the last video he posted before his, like, Rumble account got banned, which is how I found out you can even get a Rumble account banned. I didn't even know that was possible. But Marcel posted a video where he was, threatening, like, the governor of his province in Canada and telling people to do all sorts of ridiculous threatening things with different illegal devices. I'm trying to be as vague as possible here. And then that channel disappeared, and he hasn't posted since. So I'm wondering if he got picked up and maybe is waiting for a psych evaluation or something. I I don't know. Either way, Marcel's not around. So if anyone's curious what's going on with Marcel, I don't know. I'll let you know as soon as I know if I ever find out. And I've Googled him, too. I've tried to find out if there's any, like, record of him getting arrested or anything. I didn't see anything, but I also know Marcel Bisset is not his legal name. Which is fine. I have no problem calling him Marcel if that's what he prefers. But he has a different legal name, so it might be under that, and I don't remember what his legal name was. Rumble accounts can get banned, apparently, if you threaten politicians on them. Alright, let's check this out. This, I believe, is a video where a sovereign citizen tries to, air quote, educate other sovereign citizens on why they don't need driver's licenses. That's untrue. You do, in fact, need driver's licenses to drive a car, to operate a motor vehicle on public roads, in all United States, states and territories, to my knowledge. So this is incorrect information, but let's see where some of these people get their incorrect info from. Oh, Marcel is his first name. The last name was changed. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Oh no, is this from InfoWars? Oh god. Oh no.
Good evening. I'm Todd Foster, reporting for Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. This evening, we're going to be discussing the...
Wait, is InfoWars banned on Twitch? Did they try and come to Twitch and get banned? If so, I shouldn't watch this. Let me look. InfoWars Twitch ban. I'm just trying to make sure. Facebook, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Facebook, Pinterest, YouPorn, LinkedIn, MailChimp, Vimeo. No, okay. Looks like they haven't been banned from Twitch to my knowledge. We can watch it. Cool.
Issue of driver's license requirement here in the United States. What is a driver's license? Do you need a driver's license?
You do, in fact, need a driver's license, yes.
Is there...
But Hannah, they're not driving, they're traveling, which is why I also stipulated operating a motor vehicle, because I'm not going to play semantic games with these people.
any law requiring you to have a driver's license?
Yes.
A driver's license is required for one who is conducting commerce.
No, it's not. Is this actually something from InfoWars, or is he just co-opting the name? I can't tell. I don't know if this is officially InfoWars or he's just, like, stealing their name. Because the background, normally InfoWars has better production values than this. No. I've said this many times, but I'll reiterate it again. The reason sovereign citizens believe that you only need a driver's license in order to conduct commerce via automobile is because they misread a definition from a Black's Law Dictionary 2nd or 3rd edition back from the 1920s or 30s that basically said a driver is one who is employed in the act of operating a motor vehicle. They read employed as to mean to have a job somewhere, to be participating in commercial activity, whereas, of course, literate peoples understand that employed does not only mean to be an employee, but means to be in the act of something. They are literally just illiterate. That's it. They're functionally illiterate. They can read the words, but their reading comprehension is dog shit. And that's where this whole conspiracy comes from. Adia Blue says you need a license to into a motor rally on a flat tarmac under every always. Does anyone else smell burning toast? Nick with 45-bit says, I wonder how this idiot would feel if an unlicensed driver killed someone he loves. I'm sure he'd say they had the right to do it, patriot.
On the highways. Now, if you're doing personal travel along the highways or personal transportation, there's no law saying that you need a driver's license.
That's untrue. Every state has its own laws pertaining to driver's licenses. There isn't a single state in the United States that does not require driver's licenses to operate vehicles on public roads. I don't know about the various territories and protectorates of the United States. I'm not versed on that, but I would imagine they have similar laws. I don't know for sure, though.
I'd like to read to you something here from Bovier's Law Dictionary. One employed in conducting a coach, carriage.
Oh, here we go. He's literally reading it, yeah. One employed in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicles with horses, mules, blah, blah, blah. He'll read the rest. Employed in this sentence, I imagine most of my audience is, you know, decent enough at reading. All of you understand, right? I would hope all of you understand that in this sentence, the word employed does not mean you are working for someone, but instead means I am currently conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle. I'd imagine everyone knows this. Not that it matters anyway, because this is from a Black's Law Dictionary, which is not a list of legal codes, it's a list of legal definitions. Not only that, but this is from... Oh my god, this isn't even from Black's Law Dictionary. This one's from Bouvier's Law Dictionary from 1856. 1856! Cars weren't even invented yet! And he's using this as his justification for why he doesn't think he needs a driver's license. It's a good thing no laws have changed or been passed since 1856, or this guy would seem like a real idiot. Ashiboo says it's completely unrelated, and I don't mean to disrupt anything, but Ghislaine Maxwell just was found guilty on 5 out of the 6 of the federal charges against her. I saw that. That's good. I'm not gonna care, though, unless anything else comes out of it. If no one else faces justice for this shit, even though she supposedly named people, what the fuck's the point?
Carriage, wagon, or other vehicle.
Yeah, he's citing something from basically 170 years ago. 170 years ago! He is citing law from before the Civil War. He is literally citing a legal definition that existed when the definition of people in the law did not include people if their skin was dark enough. What an idiot!
With horses, mules, or other animals. Now that is Bovier's definition of a driver. There's no mention about personal transportation in there or anything. Now notice under part 3 of that definition.
Because it's even more encompassing than that. If you are employed in conducting a coach, carriage, or wagon, which means if you are driving a coach, carriage, or wagon, if you're operating it in any way, whether it's for commercial purposes or private purposes, it's an umbrella term that equals both, then these things apply to you.
It states that the driver must be of good habits for the journey and possess good skills. Because if he's not, and there's an accident or an injury, the driver and his employers, yes, that's right, I said employers, are responsible. Now, while the definition of driver does change a little bit over the years, there is a U.S. Supreme Court case, Reno versus Condon, which states, the activity licensed by state DMVs and in connection with which individuals must submit personal information to the DMV, the operations of motor vehicles is itself intricately related to interstate commerce. Now that was decided January 12th, 2000. Now, that is specifically what I'm getting at here, folks.
What about it? All it's saying is that intrinsically, the federal government, this gets used a lot in Supreme Court cases. I assume everyone knows this if you know anything about the Supreme Court. But the federal government didn't used to have as much power as it has now. A lot of power used to be more vested in the states. The states still have a lot of power, but the power of the federal government has ballooned a lot in the last 150 years or so. And a lot of that is due to Supreme Court decisions that basically spelled out that if anything involves interstate commerce, because the federal government has the purview over interstate commerce, then the federal government can make regulations that otherwise might seem not to intuitively involve the federal government. This is one of the things that came up when The Affordable Care Act went through the Supreme Court, and they were trying to strike it down soon after it was implemented. The Supreme Court found that the Affordable Care Act and its individual mandates were, in fact, legal because it involved interstate commerce. This happens to a lot of things. So the ruling that he just read has nothing to do with what he's saying. All it is saying that inherently the federal government can, in fact, have say over certain things over the licensure of vehicles, because inherently the licensing of vehicles is going to be somehow entangled in the concept of interstate commerce, which is doing business across state lines between different states within the United States. So none of that said what he thinks it says, and I don't even know what he thinks it says.
There is no need to have a driver's license for personal transportation. There's no need.
That's not what that says at all. Holy shit. I don't even understand what he thinks that means to get to that conclusion.
Need to have a driver's license to operate your vehicle, to go down to the store to get some milk, to go to the bank, to take your kids to school, to go to work every day. There's no requirement. There's no law. It's all done under the...
Let's look up, just for my own sanity's sake, I'm going to go ahead and look up real quick Michigan state laws for driver's license. Michigan driver's license law. And this is just because I live in Michigan. So, all motorists must have... I'll just show you what this is. This is from the Secretary of State website. Secretary of State is where you go in Michigan to get your driver's license, get your car registered, all that kind of stuff. Basically like what the DMV does in California. I don't know if it's called something different in every state or if most states have a Secretary of State. Don't know. Don't care. This is what Michigan says. All motorists must have a valid driver's license to drive on Michigan's public roads. The Department of State offers a standard chauffeur, commercial drivers, and enhanced license, which one you choose will depend on your driving needs. Now understand, there are different licenses. Listen to these that are listed. Standard, chauffeur, commercial driver, and enhanced licenses. Commercial driver is a license, meaning that if you are going to be driving commercially under certain conditions with certain vehicles, then you do need a special license. But that also means, by definition, that there are licenses that are not for commercial drivers. That would be a standard license, or I believe an enhanced license. I think they're switching everyone over to enhanced licenses over time, as people are updating theirs. They have like chips in them, I think. Makes it easier to identify people like at the airport and stuff. I think it's like an RFID chip or something. Either way, the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, you need a driver's license in Michigan and every other state. The law says this.
The color of law. It's all
hydrate, will do.
All implied that this is the legal way to do things.
So there's just a bunch of Secretary of State offices in Michigan, or are they individual offices called something else? Yeah, they're all called the Secretary of State offices. Basically, every town of a certain size has them. Because people need to, update their driver's licenses. I don't know everything that gets done at the Secretary of State, but, if you need registrations, it's where you go and get, you can take driver's tests there, at least the written portion. I've seen people doing that there. If you're dealing with anything involving your driver's license or registration of your vehicles, you go to the Secretary of State. Hats off. Rin, do you have any preferences for what you would like me to put on in terms of like glasses or hat or anything? Let me know. I'm going to try and give people an option now. I think most of you have seen most of my weird accessories, and I'm going to try and let whoever does it decide at this point when I can. If I'm in a hurry or things are busy, I won't, but, So let me know what you want me to put on, Rin. Or take off. No. Joke.
Now understand that there is a difference between lawful and legal.
Moppy Mutton says, saw a news report that 54% of Americans have a 6th grade reading level. Actually, it's 54% have a 6th grade reading level or below. I saw that too. Explains a lot.
Two totally different things.
Which is weird because in 1st grade, I had a 5th grade reading level, meaning in 1st grade, I had almost the same reading level of a decent number of America right now. Yikes. Do I have that purple lacy hat? Somewhere. Where would I have put it? It's got to be around here somewhere. Keep watching the video.
Now, understand another very important issue. The DMV is a corporation doing business as the DMV. What they have done is implemented such methods as a driver's license, vehicle registration, and so on to extort money from the people under color of law. Now, it's quite simple. These methods guarantee profits for the DMV. Why? Because the DMV is a corporation. These are very important things to understand. There is no law obligating you to do that.
Do you have a second option? I'm sorry, I don't know where it went. No, the DMV is not a for-profit corporation. It is something set up by the government in order to offer services to people who need driver's licenses or whatever things are done at the DMV. I imagine it's very similar to the Secretary of State.
These things. Personal
The witch hat can do.
travel is a constitutionally guaranteed right. Freedom of movement, mobility.
Freedom of movement is something that the Supreme Court has said you have. Freedom of movement essentially means that you have the right to move from one state within the United States to the other states within the United States without basically being stopped. Not necessarily by, like, cops for traffic reasons, but it's just saying, like, Alabama couldn't put up a border between its surrounding states. Michigan couldn't put up a border on its southern border and say, no one from Ohio's allowed in. They're not allowed to do that. It does not mean that you have a right to travel via any means. Imagine, if you will, if someone with no flying experience got a plane and wanted to fly around the United States. Do you think they have the right to do that just because they have the right to travel? No, you still need a pilot's license in order to do that. What are you talking about? There are FAA regulations. Same thing applies to driving on public roads.
Or the right to travel are human rights. Understand that. Human rights, not government given or government granted rights, not corporate granted rights. They are human rights, constitutionally guaranteed to you. Now, contrary to what the system tells you, travel is not a privilege. Operating your vehicle is not a privilege. However, if you are a driver
Driving is absolutely a privilege on public roads. The government owns those roads. They're paid for with taxpayer money, and people also voted people into power in their governments that made laws that said, hey, if you want to drive on public roads, then you need to have a driver's license. That's how representative democracy works. Sky Comet Fallen says, you have 2 legs, sir. Nobody's stopping you from walking across the world. Yeah, I saw that in the documentary Forrest Gump. He did that.
Your vehicle for commerce, then you're required to have a driver's license. If you're using your vehicle to make a profit or for hire on the highways, then you are required to have a driver's license. Now, I'd like to show you a document. This is out of Michigan.
Oh!
This is a document that shows a constitutional driver's license.
Yeah, that's not a real... I mean, it's a document in the sense that it's probably a piece... Well, I mean, it's actually not necessarily a physical piece of paper. This is clearly just a Word document. It still has the red squiggly lines under the misspellings or things that the Word document doesn't recognize. This is just something someone typed up. I could type up any random bullshit on Word. It doesn't make it lawful or legal. Let's see what this says. Common law vehicular judicial notice constitutional driver's license. The undersigned common law citizen, and then you sign your name, presumably, hereby certifies by right secured under provisions of the Constitution of the United States of America, of the Constitution of the several states, common law, nature, and laws of natures, God, which doesn't belong on a legal document, that these rights are retained in fee simple absolute and held and protected with special regard to rights designated and or set forth as follows. Also note rights and property are one and the same thing by Honorable Justice Louis Brandis, U.S. Supreme Court. Okay, so this was written by someone who believes that legalese is magic. This is someone who fundamentally, and I am a layperson, so I also do not understand, stuff about the law, right? I'm not a lawyer, never been to law school, don't know anything about the law. Never take anything I say at face value, okay? However, I also recognize that. I'm self-aware enough to know, if I was reading a legal document, I wouldn't be able to parse it correctly. Not in the way that an actual professional could. This person apparently sees legal documents, sees bills or laws or contracts, and thinks that it's not the underlying system that gives the power to these words, which is basically the reality. The reality to the law is the law has power because the system itself that we have developed over centuries in this country gives it power. These words mean something because it means things to the people who make the system run. Lawyers, judges, cops, district attorneys, whatever. It's not just gobbledygook magic words that you wave a wand and things happen. There's actual communication going on in real legal documents. It's like this person doesn't understand that and just thinks if you say the right combination of words, magically the law doesn't apply to you, and that's not how it works.
And what it consists of. Now, if you'd like to read more about this in detail, you can go to the website listed on the screen. Now, understand a very, very important factor here is that drivers are not required to be licensed. Now, understand that. If you're a driver or operating your vehicle for personal use, you're not required to have a license.
Nick with 45-bit says law school isn't just like Hogwarts. Unfortunately, no. The sorting hat is not as fun. You put it on, and it goes, defense attorney, prosecution, family courts, paralegal. Aww. I'm not being mean to any paralegals. I'm sorry.
License.
They could not work without you, paralegals. You're wonderful. I love you all.
You're employed or doing commerce. Licensing cannot be required of a free people. In order to have a driver's license, it requires the surrender of a right in order to comply with the restrictions of the driver's license. Does that sound like a free people? Doesn't sound like free to me. Now, I'd like to read you something from State versus Spokane. The right of the citizen to travel upon the highway and to transport his property thereon in the ordinary course of life and business differs radically and obviously from that of one who makes the highway his place of business for private gain in the running of a stagecoach or omnibus.
Okay, let's go over this line by line. The right of the citizen to travel upon the highway and to transport his property thereon in the ordinary course of life and business differs radically and obviously from that of who makes the highway his place of business for private gain in the running of stagecoach or omnibus. So far, and again, I'm not reading the rest of this. I don't know if he has like a second page. Doesn't look like he does, so that's all he's saying. State versus Spokane. Let's look at the header on this. State versus Spokane. Let us see. This is from 1939. Let's see what this case did. In July 1938, this court handed down an opinion in the case of Pacific Telephone. I don't need the whole thing. They're usually in law, I forget specifically what they're called, but sometimes they're like header notes that just basically say exactly what the law was, like what it what's the word I'm thinking of, it's basically like an abstract in a paper. Yes, you can some legal decisions will have what is basically the legal equivalent of an abstract in scientific papers, where it'll just say, hey, here's what this case found. State versus Spokane. precedent. I don't know. Either way, from what I'm reading here, it basically just looks like the court was drawing a distinction between drivers who are driving for commercial purposes and people who are driving for private purposes. That doesn't necessarily mean you don't need a driver's license for private purposes. It just means that the state can make different laws for commercial drivers than they can for private drivers if they so choose. They can differentiate between the two. That's all this is saying. Again, reading comprehension. It's fundamental.
Now understand that the term driver is a contradistinction to the term traveler.
It is not.
It is very important to understand these terms. A driver is one who is employed in conducting a vehicle. A traveler is one who is on a journey of a personal nature. The system has conveniently segued these things into requiring automobile insurance in order to guarantee profits for the insurance companies.
Look, I also don't agree with for-profit insurance. I would prefer that there just be, again, either a state or federal level government, like, auto insurance. I don't disagree. I think that would be fine. I think that would be better. I don't like companies making profit off of people's misfortune like that. It's similar to the reason I don't think people should have to pay for-profit healthcare insurance. But at the end of the day, insurance is a good thing and it exists for a reason. You have auto insurance because accidents on a long enough time scale, everyone's going to get involved in an accident on the road. Not everyone will practically, but I'm saying on a long enough time scale, everyone is capable of being in an accident. And when that happens, you want insurance, not only for yourself, but for anyone that you might do damage to, whether their vehicle gets damaged, or whether you run into someone's property, or, unfortunately, if you hurt someone, then your insurance can also pay for their medical expenses, depending on what your insurance is. Like, insurance is not a bad thing. The way it's run is a bad thing.
It's very simple. What they have done is require the following. If your vehicle's
Has government-run auto insurance been tried anywhere or proposed in the US? I honestly have no idea. I have no idea. It's not a high priority for me compared to, like, advocating for healthcare stuff. Auto insurance, in my experience, tends to be a lot cheaper than health insurance. But I honestly have no idea.
completely paid off, you still are required to have minimum insurance. No one owns the vehicle but you. It's completely paid off. Even if your vehicle is financed, you're required to have full coverage.
Yes, which covers you and someone else. And no, not every state do you have to have full coverage. It just depends. I imagine that depends on the state. In Michigan, we have, oh gosh, what's it called? When I was younger and had a shittier car, I think it was just PLPD insurance, which basically just covered if someone else gets damaged, or if I get in an accident that's my fault and I need to pay someone else off. But I wasn't covered at all. It's almost compliance insurance. It does the bare minimum. It's very cheap. Of course, now I'm an adult and I do have full coverage. It just depends. And I'm glad I have full coverage. Because I'm not the best driver in the world.
Full coverage. Why?
For the record, I've never had to use the insurance. So, it's good. But someday I might.
You're just
Have I been in any accidents? I ran into a dumpster once. I backed right into a dumpster. And that damaged the back of my car. Another time, I had just gotten back from a wedding, my cousin's wedding, and I was in a Kroger parking lot. A Kroger is like a small not a small grocery store. If you're from different parts of the country, it's kind of like a Publix or a Piggly Wiggly. It's regional, I think. So I was in a Kroger parking lot, and it was raining, and I was tired, and I backed into someone else's car. It was a younger person who I had gone to school with, and we dealt with that amicably. We didn't get insurance involved. It was fine. Other than that, no. I've never been in a serious accident where I was driving. The worst accident I was ever in, which was bad, I had to go to the hospital. Someone else was driving, and we were on the highway, and I was in the back seat, and he did something really stupid, and the car ended up flipping over 3 times and landing upside down in the median of the highway. I had to get staples. Jake knew me at the time. You could ask Jake about this. He can corroborate. I do still have a scar in the back of my head for this. When I unbuckled my seatbelt, I actually didn't get hurt, to my knowledge, in the actual crash, like the actual impact, but I was hanging upside down in the car, you know, because the car's upside down, and luckily I had a seatbelt on. It was not Jake. No, it was not Jake. These were completely different friends I had from high school that Jake didn't even know. So I had my seatbelt on, and I was hanging upside down, and I was being dumb. I mean, dumb. I was panicked, because we'd just been in a horrible car accident. So I'm hanging upside down, I find the seatbelt buckle, and I unhook myself, because I'm hanging upside down, and my body's telling me get the fuck out of the car, because I'm afraid someone's gonna crash into the car. I don't know we're in the median. And I unbuckle. The back window and the side windows had been shattered. So there's glass all over the roof of the car, which is on the bottom because the car's flipped upside down. So I landed head first into tons of broken glass. So it wasn't anything serious. It wasn't like life-threatening. It was just a lot of superficial lacerations on my head. Again, I still have scars from it. So I had to get staples in my head in order to, you know, stop the bleeding. So that sucked. But everyone was fine. No one got hurt seriously. There was, of course, superficial injuries like that. That kid was an idiot, though. I didn't talk to him ever after that. He was being an absolute idiot. But yeah, that's the worst car accident. I'm scared to drive down the highway to this day because of that. It's so fucking fast.
Reporting yourself for personal reasons. It's convenient for those with a vested interest. But I digress, my friends. That is a whole nother story. Let's take our country back and take back our God-given rights to live in true freedom, liberty, and justice for all. I'm Todd Foster reporting for Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. See you next time.
Good lord. That's just misinformation. Yeah, you can't do that. You do not have the right to travel in a vehicle on public roads. You do have the right to travel, though. Very different things. Let's see who else we have. What's this?
I'm not a
Oh, no. That's the music. Sorry. How about this guy? This guy is going to try and calculate how much you're worth to the government. Sovereign citizens believe that each person is worth X amount of dollars and traded basically on a market between different countries. Not true to our knowledge, but he's going to try and calculate the worth of an individual human being. Let's find out.
YouTube friends and family. Boy, the bad wolf, you got it right. All right, so thanks for checking in. I appreciate all of you guys, the donations, the subscriptions.
Republicans are going mask off. Oh God, what is it?
So if President Biden were to call you, and for all I know he has, and say, Zeke, I need your advice again, as you provided during the transition, what do I tell the nation tomorrow?
Oh, it's this. Jesse Kelly says there are a number of people who better pray I never take power. This guy is probably number one. Oh, I saw. Yeah, this guy's just straight up threatening to murder people he doesn't like if he gained political power. Report. Abusive or harmful. Threatening violence or physical harm. No private information. Someone else. Cool. Watch. If this guy gets banned from Twitter, he's going to bitch about cancel culture too, even though he was directly threatening the well-being and life of other people.
The views, everything, comments.
Scroll down. Oh no, there was more. Let me take a look. Does he actually respond? Jesse Kelly. So I don't see him anywhere in here. Unless there's more that I don't know about. Oh, sorry, it's this one. To clarify, when I take power, communists will not be allowed to hold jobs, their children won't be allowed in schools, they won't be allowed in bars or restaurants, and that's the standard communist. People who've been pushing COVID tyranny will be sent to work camps. Alright, that's another one. Report. Abuse or harmful. Threats of physical harm. No. Someone else. Done. Scary times.
It's awesome sauce, guys. Definitely appreciate it. That being said, let's get right into this. We've got lots of stuff to cover. So for these people who say that, you know, oh, my birth certificate, my social security cards are not bonds, my marriage certificate is not a bond. Okay, you guys, we're about to disprove that right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apologize to you guys because I don't have my social security card or my birth certificate and all that stuff with my bond numbers on them because I just sent it off to get my final passport. But I wanted you guys to get a jump start on this. I've already done this. I just came across this information, so that's why I wanted to just go ahead and have you guys do it so that you can see it for yourselves. All right. So behind me is
the lady that lives here with 100 bits says, "Where are the kitties? I come here for kitties, politics, and cringe. I think they're downstairs. I'm sorry."
The website.
Stone Corbell with 50 bits says, "Honestly, Jesse Kelly is scary to me. He has a national radio show on mainstream radio stations. He'll run for office before, or rather, he's run for office before, and I feel like he'll try again at some point. He'd only be pretty good content for you if you want to look him up sometime. He calls everyone on the left communists." I'll check him out. Sounds really fucked up.
Treasury Direct. Okay, so down in the link description there should be a link for this. If not, you're going to want to go, sorry, I'm going to be kind of do this here like this. So you're going to want to go to Treasury Direct.
It's flipped. Flip that in editing. That would help.
Direct.gov. Okay, and you're going to want to go to the tools section or task little bar up there, tab rather. Once you go there, you're going to find a little section that says calculate your the value of your paper savings bond, and it'll say get started. You go through it that way. Okay. If not, if you want the direct, it's treasurydirect.gov /BC/SBC PRICE. And that will take you directly to this particular page with the calculations on there. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, as you see, so basically you want to find out what you're worth to the federal government, what that piece of paper, that, you know, your social security card, your birth certificate, things of that nature. You want to see what that value is. What are you worth to them? All right, so when you get to this page, you're going to take that red or black number that's on the back of your cards. It might be on the front left corner, might be on the back. You'll see it. You've seen it before. It'll be red and black. All you're going to do is put that information right here where it says bond serial number. All right. Once you do that, you're going to put the issue date in there. The issue date is the month and the year you're born. So for me, you're going to go 04//1976 or whatever year you were born. Okay, just like that in that format.
Why does he think human beings are savings bonds? That's not how this works. A savings bond is like an investment that says if you put in $5 today, in 20 years you get X amount of money. You're not a savings bond. You're a human being.
In the denomination.
Nick says, it's the final passport. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. He used to be able to play that on trumpet.
You're going to put that up to...
I had very good lungs, I'll have you know. I used to have such good lungs.
10,000, and that'll show you everything below that. Because if you start off with like...
Will I cover more Bass FZZ to see him continuously destroy his chances with women online with his vapid opinions? I looked today because I wanted to do Chud Watch today, but it seems like everyone, and I don't blame them, is basically taking time off until the new year. Terrence Popp is. John Doyle hasn't put anything new out. Neither is Caitlin Bennett. Basically, everyone I cover was either only boring stuff or they're taking time off until the new year. So, at some point, yeah, I'll cover Baz again.
Like $1 or $5.
That Hannah can really blow. True.
$5 or whatever else. I'm sure you guys are probably worth more than that at this point in time. Especially if you like the Wolf, you know, you've been around for a while. So that's pretty much what you're going to want to do. Now over here it says Series EE bonds. Now what that is typically most of them are going to fall under that, but it's a range in which those particular bonds were issued. So depending on, like mine would be, let's see here. Mine would probably be under either savings, notes, or E-bonds. Those are a little older. So anything newer is going to be up here. So after you run this, okay, you put your information in. So you'll probably leave yours as EE bond just to start off with. Put up to 10,000. Put in your bond number, which is located in red or black numbers on the back or front of your bond material. Your month and date of year. So 2 numbers for the month, 4 numbers, 2 numbers for the month, / 4 numbers for your year. Then you're going to hit calculate right away. Okay. And once you hit calculate, it may or may not give you an error and say that, it's not, blah, blah, blah. Because if you read up here, it says impossible series denomination issue date section valid issue date for $50 savings notes are valid through 1967 through 10 of 1970. So for me, because when I ran this, I put mine as savings notes. And savings notes means that they have to be valid between 67 to 1970. All right, so I don't qualify. So mine, it's probably an E bond is what they're...
He just literally thinks fucking savings bonds are human beings. No, you can go buy a savings bond right now. They're not human beings. A lot of people here have probably had savings bonds. Your aunt or uncle or something one year for Christmas got you a savings bond or something to, like, teach you... like, responsible saving or stuff like that. Like, come on. This is not, like, crazy complicated to understand. Sorry, I'm getting pictures of the kitties. They're very cute. Princess Amelia says, disclaimer, literally all of this is bullshit. We're showing you this for entertainment purposes only. True.
Probably going to consider mine to be. So that's why I say when you do it, you might have to do it a couple times to see which exact one that yours falls into. But that's basically it, guys. Once you do this, you'll see how much your material is worth just sitting out there being traded and that they're utilizing and you don't even know about it. All right. Now, the one guy who taught me about this basically says that, like, when if you contact them and the various agencies associated, basically, and tell them that, hey, this is your property, you're claiming it, and you want them to stop utilizing it. Now, I haven't done this part, but he says that they will actually send you that information or send you the monetary amount because it's yours, you're claiming it. And you want to close that account. Once again, this is for educational purposes. I have not done this. Like I said, I come across so much information that really it's like, Thoth in the library. I'm just going to end up stuck in it to the point where I don't even get to do almost anything because there's so much to just read. I don't actually get to go out there and do. So,
does Marcel have a YouTube channel anymore? Yes, he hasn't uploaded in months, though. Some of his websites have shut down. I don't know if his main one shut down. Let me take a look. Oh, gosh, what was it called? Peacemaker Society. Peacemakersociety.org. This one's still up. His other website is down, however. So, I don't know if he just had a longer lease on this one, on the domain or whatever. No idea.
Peacemaker Society, let's break the chains and do our thing.
He does have a rap song, though.
Slavery. Let's all take our freedom back. Please make the society. Yeah.
Registered, unincorporated. Middle finger to the man, yeah, dog, we made it. We've been dragged down to the bottom. No more of that, nah, we got him. But you gotta make a choice. Freedom or slavery, so easy to see. There's too much wrong in that G.O.B. And you're a victim with that legal ID. Yeah, we wanna make you free. Walk with me, open your eyes to see. We all need it, I don't know more. It all starts with a simple dream. Corruption is really something.
No, that's not him rapping. He hires people on Fiverr to do his ads for him. Joey is strong. Thanks for 200 bits. Daddy Sume once again picking people up in chat, as he's one to do. Hydrate. You're all degenerates. Okay, I think I'm done with this guy for now. What's this one?
A license plate?
Yeah.
I'm not eligible for those benefits, actually.
You're not eligible for the benefits of a license plate?
Did you read the legal notice in the back window?
Ah, okay, I got you. Hang tight real quick. Hold on one second.
Okay, so this cop is familiar with sovereign citizens, presumably, because he was like, ah, gotcha. This guy come up fallen and says, help me decide, Firehouse subs or Whataburger? I've never had either, so I cannot help. I think a sub sounds good, though, so I think you should go with a sub. Or a dom. I've made that joke before.
Go ahead. One second.
Yeah, presumably he doesn't have a license plate. A lot of sovereign citizens don't have license plates. They don't think they need one, so they'll put private license plates, which are basically just things that you put on there that say, like, private or not commercial or something. It's a big red flag for cops to pull you over, basically. So if you ever want cops to pull you over every single time they see you, get a private license plate. That's not actual advice. Don't get a private license plate. Get a real one. You need one legally to drive on public roads. I don't even know if you need... You just need one in general on your vehicle, I think. I don't even know if it has to be a public roads thing. If you're... Oh, God, what was I going to call it? If your vehicle is registered with the state, you basically have to have plates on it. To my knowledge.
No.
Out of curiosity, are you a sovereign citizen?
There's no such thing as those, but no, I'm
would
not.
you complain, or would you... You don't drive?
No.
Even though...
You don't... My favorite part about sovereign citizens is them saying they don't drive while clearly operating a vehicle. I don't drive, says the man who is literally sitting in the driver's seat with his hands on the wheel. It's not called the traveler's seat.
So you just drove? I just pulled you over?
No, I'm driving. This is like I'm traveling. I'm not driving.
Can I have you, just for my safety, because I can't see the person in the back, can I have you roll this window maybe halfway down?
I'd rather not. I'd rather like be on my way if I could. Am I free to go? Or?
You're not free to go right now. Okay?
So what crime am I being detained for? What charge am I being detained for? But all this, I mean...
Do you have any identification whatsoever?
I do, yeah. Yes,
Can I get that from you, please?
I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
I understand that you'd rather not, but I'm asking you to...
I always wonder when there's passengers, if the passengers are on board. Because this guy looks a little nervous, like maybe he's not quite on board with his friend's crazy bullshit, but he's in the passenger seat, so he can't really do anything. He looks nervous.
Please provide me with that.
But I'd rather not, though. I'm not being charged with a crime. I didn't commit a crime anywhere.
Not yet, you're not being charged with a crime.
Yeah.
But you very well may be by the end of this day.
But what you're saying is, what crime are you saying that I'm doing? Is what?
I already told you. We're not going to go over this again.
It's a traffic law
Traffic infraction, which in the state of Nevada is considered a misdemeanor.
Is Nevada revised statute?
It's a Nevada revised statute.
Yes, and NRS is only to people that are contracted with the state of Nevada to perform under those.
Okay, I got all that, dude. You're probably smarter than me on that.
Well, that's the law. I mean, that's...
Well, the law is the Nevada revised statute
Do you have a
gets
son?
to...
Can I see this?
Yeah, I know.
Can I get a business card, actually, from you, please?
Not yet.
Nick says, not yet, you're not. Snap.
ID?
Not yet. I got
really
you.
would.
You're recording. I'm recording, too. It's no big deal.
Yeah, it's for my safety, just like yours.
Dude, I totally understand.
Yeah. It's a little nerve-wracking. Like when you have armed people walk, you have a gun. You know, I'm pretty scared right now.
Are you armed by any chance?
I don't carry weapons. I don't do violence, man. I don't.
Hey, that's no problem, and I appreciate that.
I don't think.
Is anybody in the vehicle armed?
You know, I'd rather not answer all these questions.
Are you armed?
I'd like to be free to go, and they don't.
You're not free to go.
They don't have to answer questions. You're
Okay.
only talking to me here.
No problem.
But I don't think that you witnessed any violence from me at all or any crime.
Nope, didn't witness any violence.
You know the definition for crime is only if there is somebody a damage to a person or property.
Incorrect. This is again sovereign citizens misunderstanding the concept of corpus delicti. Corpus delicti basically means the body of the evidence, something along those lines. I'm not sure the exact translation, because all the legal people need to use Latin. Corpus delicti. An example that's often used for corpus delicti is someone who can attest to the crime, a victim who can attest that a crime has been committed. That doesn't mean it's the only kind of corpus delicti. If a police officer sees you breaking the law, that's also corpus delicti for the crime. If there's evidence that you have done something, if they find something criminal on your person, then that evidence is corpus delicti. It's basically anything that proves a crime was been committed, or it's anything that proves a crime has been committed. It doesn't necessarily mean you're guilty, but it means there's enough evidence there in order to pursue charges or a ticket or whatever it happens to be.
You're aware of that? That's the definition of a crime?
Not in the state of Nevada.
Well, only people that are contracted under the state of Nevada.
Yeah, there's a female subject in the back seat. They're all recording me and everything like that.
Can you turn the other one on?
He won't roll down the window.
Can you take that to the camera and just turn it on?
Out of my vehicle.
Sir, all this is being recorded.
I understand that.
This is a civil infraction. What you're doing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You're detaining a person that's not a citizen of this state, which
You're
is
not a
against the
citizen
law.
of the state of
No,
Nevada?
sir, I am not. And you have
How
no.
long have you lived in the state of
You have no anywhere that even suspects that I am or I'm obligated to perform under the state of Nevada laws. So there's nothing that says that. This is a civil infraction. What you're doing here is violating my civil rights.
Overthought says, the sovereign citizen defense. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Nick says, fewer crimes should violate that definition, though. I'm looking at you, every drug prohibition law ever. I don't disagree. It is what it is. Audis Noir says, technically in a criminal case without destruction of property or harm to a person, the state is the victim. Yep.
We'll work all that
And
out.
that's a civil lawsuit on your person also.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
Maybe, yeah. Just relax with me for a second, because you're not really. I'll give you this. You're not somebody that I would normally come in contact with. Your views and opinions are a little different. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do versus,
Yeah,
my department policy.
but
Joey is strong with 200 bits says, how many times does this shit have to not work before people stop? They'll never stop. Ignorant people don't generally realize they're wrong, at least not people like sovereign citizens or anti-vaxxers. They're too obstinate, otherwise they probably wouldn't believe the thing in the first place.
a supervisor here, and then we'll kind of go from there, okay?
Sure. As a state government employee, though, you should know. I think you would know the law that you're only.
I know the law.
The people are only obligated to perform in the legal system that are contracted with the state of Nevada.
I
am not
your views and
contracted. It's not a view.
opinion.
It's the law.
No,
It's not an
there's
opinion.
nothing
It's the
about
fact.
contracting.
It's the fact. It's not an opinion, sir. It's not an opinion.
Okay.
In order to be compelled under state laws, you have to be contracted with the state, which means have a driver's license or live here or anything like that. I don't do anything. I am not a state citizen here. I am not a state citizen of any state.
Control 2 North 61.
You're detaining a non-citizen right now.
Be advised, this
And it
vehicle
is a civil
occupied
infraction.
3 times. It's occupied by 2 males in the front seat, each with beard, long hair. Driver's wearing green over blue jeans.
He's already calling it in. Sorry, I'm texting Baja because the kitty downstairs is sleeping with Lou, and I don't think Lou realizes that the kitty is right up against her and she might freak out.
Passengers wearing white and blue shirt over blue jeans, and a female subject in the last.
If I'm missing anything,
back.
please.
All are refusing
Please
to answer
holler out
questions,
and I
give
can say.
identification.
I'm not refusing. I'm not refusing, sir. I'm not
Yeah, you're
refusing.
refusing
No,
to
no,
provide
sir.
me with your
No,
identification.
sir. I said you only need to present ID when you're being charged with a crime or when you have committed a crime. I've done neither, and you're not suspecting me of a crime, so I don't need to present
I
ID.
do suspect you of.
Pick. Sure, I can do a pick. Oh, hold on, I gotta turn the screen brightness down. Now it's too low. Dang it. I don't know if this is gonna pick up. Might have to have Baja send it on Twitter so I can show you guys. Yeah, Baja, if you're still listening, I think you are. Could you send these to me on Twitter so I can show people? I can't show it very well with my screen. Nick says, hi, sleepy babies.
Of a crime, and that. Yeah, you want to go back and talk to him?
No, I want him to come here.
You want him to come here?
You unlawfully detained me, so I want him to come here. Of course, I don't want to get out of the safety of my car with an armed man standing next to it with a gun.
Right.
Why would I want to do that?
Be pleasant with you?
I'm being pleasant with you.
Good. Yeah, you are, and I appreciate that.
Let me pull up the photos real quick. We'll consider this a cleanse while I pull these up. Here's the first one. Although that's a different one than them sleeping. One sec. Here we go. Look at how cute. Lou's absolutely gonna destroy him when she realizes he's touching her, but it's cute. Very cute babies.
You still have a gun, though. I mean, that's still scary. Still violent.
I'm violent?
No, the gun is violence.
My gun's not violent.
They're used for violence. You know where my phone is?
Hydrate.
Control 261. Who's the east side unit? Contact.
You tell him it might be a delay. No, I'm really nervous,
Sorry.
kind of, you know.
Bless you.
nervous,
Cars running into me as well. I don't want to get
Well,
Okay, we'll call you
Yeah.
back as soon as we can.
I don't understand what he was saying. They're Nevada revised statutes.
Registration for the vehicle?
Registration.
Country
I
Western
could
literally makes you
identify-
nauseous.
But
That's kind of funny. Hold on, let me add this guy. Add to sovereign citizens.
I say our Constitution is not the Bible. Our Constitution.
Sylvester, month suspension fee, you know? Checkbook with you?
No, I just had some questions I wanted to ask for clarification purposes before I even make any type of plea here.
Well, let me first read them off to you.
Yeah, because I don't know what they are. It's been so long.
Yeah, I see that. You know, you use paper tape. Wow, you got more too? Leaving the scene of property damage, accident. Move from the lane unsafe.
Yeah, I believe this is in court again. I love the court videos.
Range Hill Road. Unlicensed operator. Failure to reduce speed on a special hazard, which is a curve. Green.
Okay, so he says, listen to how many charges the judge magistrate reads off. He's reading off charges because you presumably broke these laws. You were driving without a license, which is what he just said in the first one, and you failed to slow down at some sort of special thing, which he says is a turn. Basically, there was a curve that said reduce speed, and you didn't. And yes, he's illegally recording this, presumably, which is illegal.
Well, those are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
They come in with all 4 tickets are suspended, owes 35 times 4, 140 plus 140 is 280 on these.
Why do these sovereign citizens, if you're gonna secretly record something in a courtroom and possibly face another charge because you feel the need to legally record this, at least don't ruffle papers right next to the microphone so I can actually hear what's going on.
And then you've got speeding. Street 57 and 35. 511-0281, aggravated unlicensed operator on a previous second conviction. Another speed, 48 and a 45.
Wow, I was going mighty fast.
A ticket for 48 and a 45 is pretty fucking stupid in my opinion. I assume that was happening concurrent to the other ones. 3 over I don't think is worth a ticket, but who knows? This guy might have been an asshole in the cop. You know how cops are, so... The cop might have just been, I'm throwing this on too, because fuck you.
Wow, you were really
48 and a 45. Oh my gosh.
cooking.
Probably don't laugh in front of the judge, though. That's generally not, like, a... Laughing at the charges, not a great strategic move, probably. Sorry, I'll stop doing this. That's gross. The charge was doing 48 and a 45. That's one of them. The other ones were driving without a license, failure to slow down at a curve that required you to slow down. Those are what's been read so far.
Then you got another 511-01A, aggravated unlicensed operator, in the third, which is a misdemeanor. Okay, what are your questions?
Okay, first I want to ask you if you honoring your oath today, you actually operate under your oath.
Oh God, I hate when they ask this shit.
To uphold the Constitution?
You're darn right I do.
Okay, because the U.S.
I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't.
No, I know. I just had to ask, just for clarification purposes. It says here that the U.S. Constitution, Article 6, Section 1, Clause 2. It says.
Clause 3, by the way. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's the next one. I'll be getting there. I'm on Clause 2 right now. It says, this Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land. That's Clause 1. Clause 3 is, the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, and any things in the constitutional laws of any state made in contrary to that is notwithstanding or without standing.
Yeah, I imagine the judge knows his own oath.
Now, from my understanding, from the second clause here, every ruling made in the Supreme Court becomes the law of the land.
No. The Constitution becomes my law of the land.
Oh yeah, no, it says here the Constitution.
They're interpreting the Constitution. You're kind of talking semantics, and it also kind of depends on the purview that we're talking about. If a decision comes to the Supreme Court, yes, their interpretation, their precedent, becomes the precedent for the lower courts. Yeah.
Yeah, but according to this clause, it says that the Constitution and the law of the United States, which shall be made in the pursuance thereof, like during the proceedings.
Yeah, the legislature writes law. That's not the court.
Any ruling made in the pursuance of the law becomes law of the land as well, according to Clause 2 of Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution. I just want to make sure that, am I understanding
Article 6 or Article 5?
No, it says Article 6, U.S. Constitution, Article 6, Section 1, Clause 2.
5. Wait a minute. Give it to me one more time.
Okay, U.S. Constitution, Article 6, Section 1, Clause 2. It says Supremacy Clause. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land.
Okay.
Okay. So, am I understanding correctly when I say that any Supreme Court ruling becomes law of the land, according to Article 6, Section 1, Clause 2?
You can use a Supreme Court ruling as a defense on such and such versus such and such. In other words, if there's a case law that says Smith versus Jones in Supreme Court ruling was XYZ, therefore I'm using that ruling as a defense.
Okay, so the Supreme Court rulings doesn't become supreme law of the land.
No.
They become precedential interpretations of the law.
Okay.
So, oh wow, it's just a perspective thing. I was gonna say that is a big ass crucifix chain, but I think it's just the perspective because we're very close to it.
All right, so if according to what you just said, if I wanted to use,
and also Congress can change the law, they can change the Constitution if they get enough support, or the states can if they hold a constitutional convention, which hasn't happened in a while.
Use this case, and what was cited in this case right here, with the case Thompson v. Smith, it says that
looks like a Jesus upskirt to you. Lewd.
The right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, either by horse-drawn carriage or by automobile, is not a
Oh, he's citing the bullshit thing. He's citing the old 170-year-old law, which isn't even a law. It's a misinterpretation of a legal definition from a law dictionary.
Which a city can prohibit or permit at will, but a common right which he has under the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit.
No, this is actually we've talked about this lawsuit before. I forget which it was, but this is not a Supreme Court decision. This is a state Supreme Court decision. I forget what state. I want to say it's Virginia. It's somewhere in that area. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, this was a court case that was about a sheriff of a town. This was in, I think, the 1930s or so automobiles were still relatively new. Licensing wasn't a thing that was handled by the state yet. It was handled at a local level, and some places didn't have licensing at all. But this local sheriff or something was arbitrarily deciding who got a driver's license. There wasn't like a standardized driver's test. He just, if he trusted the person, he'd give them a driver's license. If he didn't, he wouldn't. So that state Supreme Court decision basically said, no, you can't do that. You need to have a standardized test that anyone can take, and it's basically a blind test that does not discriminate against an individual in that way. But again, that's not a United States Supreme Court ruling. It is a state Supreme Court, and even though it is a state Supreme Court, it is literally saying they can issue licenses. The licensing just has to be standardized. It can't be arbitrary.
Of happiness. So that was actually ruled in the Supreme Court.
A Supreme Court, a state Supreme Court.
I actually have a few other ones here I wanted to point out. It says here that this is Miller v. U.S. It says if the state converts a liberty into a privilege, the citizen can engage in that right with impunity. So I can just basically say, I don't need a license, regardless of what the police told me. I have a right. That's say I don't, and I can still engage in this right with impunity. Basically gives me immunity to whatever statute that was created. That's basically impeding on my right.
Did John Abinader tell you to say this to me?
I don't even know who that is.
I had this argument, and I've had this actual argument on these cases of rights and privilege, by the way, when it does handle the motor vehicle license. Because when the motor vehicle license is charged for in the state of New York, it now becomes a right instead of a privilege. Because people say that you have it's a privilege to drive in New York State. Actually, it's been argued that it is a right to because they charged you for a driver's license.
Audis Noir with 50 bits says, judges literally study law for decades to earn the privilege of possibly being appointed to the position, only to have to deal with these random yahoos who think they can rules lawyer their way out of consequences. It's very strange.
Wait, what? Actually, it's not a right. You don't have a right to drive. That is a privilege. And it's only a privilege because of the legal definition of the word drive. The legal definition of the word drive, see, commonly, everyone thinks you get in the car and you drive. The common definition is you get in the car and you drive. But what the people need to wake up to is there's a totally different definition legally. It's called legalese. And that legal definition of drive is someone who operates a motor vehicle for hire, for business, for commerce.
Incorrect.
I wasn't doing it for any of those reasons. So therefore, I don't understand why I have to present a driver's license when legally I don't even fit the definition of the term drive or driver. And then in another
problem is Sylvester, you are on the road that's maintained by the towns, counties, and state. Therefore, their opportunity to say to you, if you want to be on my property, you need to have this license.
Oh no, I understand that.
I went through this.
I understand that.
Love this. We could do
the
this
reason,
for an
look,
hour.
okay, now the reason I understand that, and I agree with you, and that's just like saying because everything is incorporated. This is all corporations. The United States is a corporation. It's been a corporation since 1871.
No, it's not.
It's been a corporation. This is a business. So I definitely understand. Like if I was chartered to do business over this whole landmass, and someone else came over here to do business, yeah, you're gonna need a permit from me. You need a license because I do business here. If you want to go to McDonald's and sell Burger King, you got to get McDonald's permission. I understand that. Now, when you say
Sentient
the
Bean asks, how do sovereign citizens feel about the definition of driver in newer editions of Black's Law Dictionary? They think it's bullshit. They believe that, they're on to us, even though the definition changed in like the third or fourth edition, decades and decades ago, almost a century ago at this point. They're like, they're on to us, so they're changing the definition to make it so we don't think we have the right to drive, because you don't.
definition of driver is someone that's operating for business. Of course that person is going to need a driver's license or permission to do that, because I was already charged to do business in this whole landmass of Turtle Island, and my business is called the United States Corporation, the federal corporation.
You have your incorporation papers with you?
No, I'm not talking about my incorporation, but I do have the incorporated name, Sylvester Collins.
Good thing you went last.
Yeah, if you like though, I do have my incorporated entity.
You know you got the Assistant Attorney General here today by any chance? Did you know he is here?
Is he here for me?
No, he's not here for you, but you just happen to got the king of the land.
Yeah, but I
king
do
of
have
the corporation.
I do have title over my my corporate entity.
The judge just fucking with him. That's funny.
Your argument that you don't need a license to operate any vehicle, let alone drive, push, or sway in or out of a driveway, you have that right without a license.
Yeah, according to legal.
Do you have a car?
Legally, I do.
You do have a car?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what do you do, push it around the field?
Oh, no, I travel in it, but I don't drive.
What do you do in it?
I travel.
So somebody else drives it?
No, I travel in it.
Is it one of those new Teslas that are driverless cars?
No, I actually travel
if you
in
leave
it.
from point A to go to point B, you don't touch that steering wheel.
Now, see, from going to point A to point B is actually defined legally as travel. So that's what I'm telling you. I
hate this
I do,
man.
yeah, I have it all here.
An attorney of your.
I just want to know why it says the charges get dismissed, and I want to know why the judge lets this guy fucking off.
This is Mr. Nolan, the AD. Go ahead, Mike.
Judge, in regards to the traffic tickets that are on for today for trial, I had the opportunity to meet with the officer that wrote the tickets. We spoke at length. Due to the, I guess, time period that has lapsed since the issuing of the tickets, the officer has reviewed his notes, reviewed what happened, remembers writing the ticket, remembers the incident very well, but had informed me that, in fact, he could not identify whether Mr. Collins is the same Mr. Collins that he wrote the ticket to on that day. He just doesn't remember.
So it's procedural. The cop says he cannot properly identify the defendant, and therefore they're going to dismiss the charges. Not because any of the sovereign citizen bullshit is true, obviously, but because the cop can't remember if this is actually the person who was driving the car. I hate everyone.
It was for all intents and purposes, a minor traffic infraction at the time. So at this time, based on that, I don't think the people would be able to prove that Mr. Collins was the actual operator, although we do believe that. The officer could not get on the stand and say that definitively. So without being able to identify him as the operator or driver of vehicle.
Nick with 45-bit says, guessing the cop thinks all black people look alike. It could be a racist thing. I don't know, though. It could just be an incompetency thing. Who knows? Overthought with 50 bits.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
True.
A trial, so instead of wasting everybody's time, at least on that those traffic tickets, the people would move to dismiss those traffic tickets at this time.
Okay, and all tickets will be dismissed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And that's okay with you?
Yes, I mean, like I said, Judge, the main thing is that the officer obviously does not want to say something that is inaccurate. Like I said, he remembers the incident, he just doesn't remember Mr. Collins' face ultimately is what it came down to, so I cannot proceed.
What an idiot. We've only been going for 2 hours. I might cut it a little short today because, the canker sores in my mouth from where I heard it the other day. Audis Noir says, oh god, he's not just rules lawyering, he's game sharking. He is a Moorish citizen, yes. Let's watch a Sausage Guy video as a cleanse, and then we will call it a night. How about a candy cane sausage? That sounds gross.
Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. I guess. Now, the last time we made a somewhat traditional sausage, we didn't treat the meat properly. This is the original meat spin. So before I started this episode, I did a little prep work, and I got the meat all nice and cut up, and I stuck it in the freezer for about 30 minutes so that it's nice and firm. So let's take a look at the goods. The package is 2.5 pounds of pork butt, but we're only going to use half of that. And likewise with the bacon, we're using half the bacon. So the first thing we're going to do is grind our meat, then add spices, and then regrind it. I'm feeling that Christmas spirit. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. A jack of frost nipping at your nose. Garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, and salt. Give it the mix it deserves. Use your hands, people. There's nothing to fear. Okay, now that's ready for a second grind. What are you, nuts? We gotta put the candy canes in first. Like 7 to 10 candy canes. Fold it in. Fold that right on in. They're in there, but I can't see them. I guess we're gonna need a few more candy canes to even this out.
Why?
There, now it looks right.
Oh, God.
Remember to use those hands. Beautiful. Chestnuts roasting. Oh, God. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Let's sausage. Ho, ho, ho. Well, I certainly hope this turns out to be a good sausage, because I'm going to have plenty of...
Meek says he should make a human flesh sausage. Push comes to shove, he can use his own skin. That's disgusting. Why? Why would you say that?
Leftovers. This Will It Blow is brought to you by Trade Coffee. Do you drink?
Oh, God. You always know when it's like a 6-minute video, there's going to be an ad in there. Which I get. You know, he's got to pay his bills. I don't blame him.
Blow?
Oh!
My God.
That's a good one.
That is a good Will It Blow. It may not have sprayed everywhere, but man, what a landing. I'm gonna have to give that Will It Blow 4 Mark Ruffalos. I'm gonna hedge my bet on this bursting, and I'm gonna link some of these bad boys. Whoops. That's a slippery sausage. If these sausages turn out bad, I hope neighbor Sam is hungry. Here we go! The odds of success depend on me flipping these sausages. What do you do when a sausage doesn't want to flip? These are the important questions that keep me up at night. You know what? I think it's best if we separate them. Come on, you freaking sausage. Ow! What do you think's going on with this? Just like popping zits in
it's
high
like a
school.
cyst.
Well, I think it's time
It's like a peppermint cyst.
enough to see if one of these is done. All right, let's open this one up and see how we did. I think it's done. This pink stuff is the bacon, not undercooked pork. But we'll grab ourselves a sizable sausage. All right, peppermint candy cane sausage. Here we go. It's fantastic. This is one of my favorite sausages I think I've made. I need confirmation. As always, when I feel high and mighty, I need a second opinion. Mrs. Sausage, will you come down here and try my sausage?
What is this?
This is candy cane sausage. Here, I'll give you a size that you're used to.
Oh, perfect. Oh my God. It's got enough, it's like it's juicy.
It's juicy from the bacon. It's got a little bit of heat from the red pepper we used.
Oh, I can feel it.
But it's also got that sweet peppermint taste. It's not overpowering. It's a little bit of a peppermint aftertaste.
What's the sauce?
The sauce is from the sugar from the candy cane melting. I'm on the fence. I'm thinking either a 4 or a 5.
Oh, it's a 5.
Well, there you have it.
This is my lunch. Thank you.
And thank you, Mrs. Sausage, who used to be everyone's fan favorite until Sam came along.
No more Sam.
Don't worry, Sam. We'll have you back on the show soon. Well, there you go, everyone. We got a 5 out of 5. Merry Christmas and happy... Well, I'll see you before New Year's. But the Christmas part.
That's so gross. Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid. Oh, did Demon Mama get to...
Your fucking demon.
15,000 followers?
I think
Nice.
that like the fundamental struggle hasn't changed, right? Like
Oh, no,
this is the same
subscribers on
struggle that has
YouTube.
been going on, and there are ebbs and flows in the success and failure of certain spaces and certain projects, but that doesn't change the core struggle, which is
Good news on the kitties, by the way. Lou apparently woke up, saw that Ollie was laying right next to her, and was fine with it. So, there was no attack. Good kitties. Alright, have a good night, everyone. Part of me wants to do an early stream tomorrow before Charisma saves, because I'm trying to get streams in before the end of the month. If I'm motivated to do that, then I'll see you earlier than normal tomorrow. If not, then I will see you on the 31st, where we will do maybe a stream where we look at the best of the year. Maybe the best stuff we looked at all year. Maybe look back at some of John Doyle's old stuff, some of Peter's other stuff. That might be boring, though. I don't know if people want a fucking clip show. No one likes a clip show, right? I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. If I don't see you before the 31st, then I hope you have a great new year. We're doing Charisma Saves tomorrow at twitch.tv/actualjake, so if you want to watch us play D&D, come hang out there. So yeah, see you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.